Okay. Oh, hello, my loves. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, so funny. Oh, I have a funny story for everyone here. Wow. Hello, hello. Oh my God. I'm so glad everyone got the right link. I Oh, okay. Thank you all for being here, being with me, and being patient through that. We just had a whole fun time. If anyone was sitting there waiting for 5 minutes, it's because I was on a completely different Zoom call, and I'm sitting there going, why is there no one on this Zoom call? There's never no one on these calls. What is happening? And it appears, I think my VA has copied a link from a previous masterclass and not changed it around. So we are here. I'm glad you guys are all here. Welcome, welcome. If you've never been to one of my masterclasses before, welcome. I feel like I know a lot of faces here. Um, and we're probably going to see the chat from the previous masterclass that this was on. So how fun, how fun. I would love to know, where are you tuning in from today? Where are you coming in from? Let me know, type it in the comments. And I would also love, absolutely love, for you to also put your cameras on. For those of you who are not with cameras on, I am such a big camera girl. I like to see your face, I like to know who I'm talking to. Australia, Texas. Hi, ladies. Sunshine Coast. I'm feeling really, really juiced up today. Like, I have been feeling this masterclass for quite some time, and I'm super excited to teach it because it's such a, I wouldn't say simple piece, but it's a really key fundamental piece to growing a really, really big, powerful business that doesn't require a lot of effort. It doesn't mean we have to go constantly balls to the wall, launching loudly and doing all the things. I've got some more jumping in. And the reason why I want to share this with you is because, as you all know, I didn't pump this loudly on social media. We've had a lot of women who are like, oh my God, I want to be a part of this, but I can't make it at the time because for those of you who are in Australia, it's like 6 a.m. So thanks for rocking with me. I really appreciate it. Just calling that out there. And for those of you who are in America, it's usually work hours and it's a really crazy time. So I appreciate all of you jumping in. It is super, super amazing. Now I'm just going to send this little link because I'm pretty sure one of my assistants had the same problem trying to get in, and she can't get in, and she's messaging me like crazy saying, I can't get in. So we're just going to welcome her in as well, because of she's probably trying to get onto the old thing. Here she comes. There we are. Just message her that. Okay. AirPods in, multitasking. I love it. I love it. Awesome. So today we're going to be talking into, what does it look like to create 50K weeks on repeat with ease, with grace? Who here feels like really juiced up with that? Like, it's like, feels like there's something inside of them. Who here is like, I'm not there yet, but I'm excited to experience this. I really want to play in this energy. And this is where I feel like I'm heading towards, regardless of timeframes and all of those sorts of things. Anyone? Raise hands if that's you. Yeah? Cool. Amazing. I'm really excited because just before I jumped in this call, I had one of my clients being like, um, she she messaged me, she's like, oh my God, using that exact strategy that you're about to do, I did it today. And I got 2 people in my high ticket VIP option. Right. And so this is a way where you can start to really create leaps and bounds in your business that get people sold on the idea of you and what you're here to create. So I'm really excited. Now, the question I would love for you to start with is, what would it actually look like if I moved from where I am now to even adding 5K to my weekly income or moving that to 50K? What does that look like in my world? I want you to sit with it. You can type it in the comments if you want to. But what does it look like to add a massive price or money increase in your world? More outsourcing, more freedom. Yes, I love it. I love nothing more than having a team. Makes life feel really good. Definitely more freedom. Yes. If you were to add even just $5,000 extra for being here, using the strategy that I'm about to teach you, and I know it works because I literally just had a client tell me that she sold 2 high-ticket VIP days with her clients where she literally is taking them to a hotel to soak in and be with yoga and spa and have a beautiful date with her. And that's what she sold in this process. Ease. Beautiful. I love this. Yes. Freedom, stability, and space to fulfill my true purpose. Yes. Okay. Now I want to add a little extra question onto that. What would it look like if we were to do it in the next 48 hours without adding anything new to your services? Family would have a beautiful life and would have the best healthcare, and I could give back more freedom. Exciting breakthrough. Yeah. Anyone else? What does it feel like? What does it look like? What's it invoking in you? What's it opening? Relief. Giddy. Yeah. I love this kind of energy. Love. iPhone, excuse me, but I'd love to know your name. It's just got iPhone in a picture there. Alignment. Yes. Can you type your name in the chat for me so I'm not constantly calling you iPhone? Oh, I don't. I love that. So good. So good. I'm very interactive when I teach. Okay. So for all of you who are new to my world, please know that I'm so here for questions. I'm so here for actually getting to know you and really being available for what is here and co-created today. Because what I deeply believe in is that everyone gets put into the same container because there's some kind of level of energy that is aligned. Okay. And so if one person asks a question, I'm sure it's going to resonate for someone else. So please know that that is totally welcomed here. I feel like I can't necessarily connect to it. Almost feels like slight closure or unsureness. Beautiful. And great awareness of just seeing where it sits in the body and like, am I actually available for it yet? So hopefully by the end of this masterclass, you are available for it and I can give you some tangible tools to go play with and to actually bring in some income. Now, I want to talk about a quick little story as to why this is important and why I get to teach this. Because years ago, approximately 5.5 years ago to be exact, I was a struggling personal trainer who could not make ends meet. I was asking my parents for money just to try and get through. And the way that they gave it to me was they would literally say, hey, write me an invoice so I can claim it back on tax, because they did not like sending me money and did not like loaning me money. And so everything that I borrowed, yes, it should be being recorded. Yes, it is. Everything that I borrowed from my parents, I had to then claim on tax and received a bill from it as well. And so my entire life was like constantly, how do I actually get myself to a place where I can feel comfortable financially? And for those of you who have watched my journey for a while, you'll know that it has been a big growth journey. And I'm sitting in a place now where I'm traveling the world with my family and my partner doesn't work. My business is funding literally everything. And we have so much resources now to be able to do what we want. Now, that didn't come easily. I spent a lot of years sacrificing, and the things that I'm about to teach you now are the things that I should have doubled down on faster rather than later. I learned this technique in the very first year of my coaching business, and it is what made me my first 6 figures within 6 months. Okay, so I'm not giving you anything that I haven't already done myself. It is the thing that catapulted my business and allowed me to continue to do this. Now, this is the entry point, I would say, to starting to create some big wealth for yourself. Because as we can see, some people feel like, oh, it feels a bit stretchy to ask for 50K in 1 week or to put offers out that could equal that amount of money. And what I want to remind you is everything is possible if we give it room. Everything is completely already out in the ether if there's a thought that's already happened with it. So if there's some part of you that's gone, I wonder what it'd be like to earn $100,000 a month. It's already out there because the thought is in your ether, okay? It's in your field already. So there is a way to create it. Now it's just landing in who is the woman who can? What do I get to come from and be able to create to do this? So I'm going to be giving you my exact step-by-step process to be able to start bringing in big amounts of money into your world. Now, the reason why I'm doing this for free and giving you guys more room is because I want you to trust me. I want you to think of me as your next business coach, okay? And so in saying that, this here today is no obligation. It's just a full chance for you to see how I work, what gets created, and how we get to move forward with this, okay? So who is ready to dive into it? Yeah? You're like, I'm not here to hear you talk to me all day, Case. I want some fucking strategy. Give it to me already. So good. Okay, so as I said to you before, my clients were doing this and they're starting to get big results with this already. Even the ones who have just started with me and the ones who have been with me for a long time. This strategy is great for a cash injection, and it's also the stepping stone to client longevity if you are powerful with it. Now, here's what I want you to know. You don't need another offer, okay? Make this like a note in your page. You don't need another offer, okay? You don't need another fucking funnel. All right? Who here has been like on the automation train who's like, I've got to do the thing, I've got to get the automations right, I've got to make sure everything's perfect and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I just want to give you a little fun fact, okay? This one like gets me super hyped up because as you all know, I'm a business embodiment coach. So I'm looking at how your nervous system plays in business. And there's something that happens with women when they start to burn out. They look for all the automations. They look for how can I make this easier without tending to self. All right. They don't allow themselves to actually look at what do I need as a woman? What do I feel good at and alive with inside my business? And most of the time, the most powerful money generating activities are super simple. Yes, we get to the funnels. Yes, we do all of those sorts of things. But if you're sitting on the edge of a feast and famine cycle in your business, we don't want to be spending all this back end on the funnels. We want to be at the front line selling so you can actually make some money so someone else can build the fucking funnels. How does that feel to everyone? Right? Yeah. Well, I personally do not like touching the funnels. Any of you have ever heard me whinge about funnels, you would know that I don't like touching them. I do it because I had to learn how to build it the hard way. But now I am so invested in just making money on the front end and having someone do the hard stuff so I get to stay in my zone of genius. Who here is like, that's what I desire as well? Yeah. It's like, I just want to coach. I just want to be in where I'm at and play in my juicy energy. Yeah, 100%. This is why we're here, right? If you're attracted to my work, it's because you're embodied in your own fucking work and you just want to help be with the medicine that you are here to give. That's what I firmly believe. That's what it is to be embodied in your business. You are the creatrix that gets to implement that work and that medicine to the world. So, also, quick point before we move on. We're not fucking discounting in this process either. Okay. We don't do discounts. We're not playing that game. We are literally getting you in a space where you can be directly in front of the ideal person that you want to work with. And how we do that is by allowing you to stand out and go straight through. Okay. It's not about the let me be super fancy online. It's about how do I hold conviction in myself and let me move through that way. Okay. So let me teach you the exact framework. It's really, really simple. You're actually going to be like, how the fuck have I not done this a million times over already? Once I actually teach you this, okay? It's not rocket science. It's super simple. Now, caveat. The reason why I know most people don't implement this is because their nervous system can't hold the levity of what it means to sit in the uncomfortability of a sale. Anyone resonate with that? Like you put out a big sale and you're like, oh, are they going to buy from me? Are they going to say yes? Are they going to say no? Yeah. Yeah. First thing I want you to understand is it's not about you if they say no. Okay. So this strategy means you have to energetically back yourself. All right. I'm here in service. It would be a disservice not to offer what I have in service. It would be a disservice to not put my medicine out to the world if that means that I can potentially change someone's life. Now think about your work for a moment. Really anchor into it. Why are you here? What is it that you're creating? What is it that you're being within the world? If you don't offer your services, and that woman, that man, that family that needs you doesn't feel the impact of that, what happens then? I know for me, I've had literally people say to me, you saved my life. You actually saved my life. I've got people who work for me who were like, you saved my fucking life because they started as clients. And so for me, I know if I don't grow that energetic backing to hold who I am as a woman and what I'm here to give, those people miss out. And so I'm not trying to shame you in this. I just want you to acknowledge the power of what you are here for, because you're here for something greater than yourself. And when we lean into that, something moves powerfully within us. So what I want you to play with here is, and you can drop it in the comments if you want, you can write it down. But what is one offer that you already have that you would be willing to play with and sell in the next 48 hours? This might look like a VIP day. So one day going deep in with a client in person or online. It might look like a coaching package. It might look like a photography shoot. It might look like whatever it may be for you in your specific niche. What is one thing that you're like, that's the thing that people need of my work? When I do that, it's so fucking juicy. For those of you who play in somatic and embodiment work, VIP days are the thing. They like literally move mountains for people because they're in the vortex of you all day. And you're working them in their nervous system and playing in that world. So if you haven't got an offer, I want you to think, what could that look like in this moment? Okay? Because here's the thing. People aren't paying for your time. They're paying for what you invoke in them. Let that land. What does your offer invoke in them? What does it create with them? Where do they get to be with it? That's what they're creating for. Now, who here? Everyone got their offer? They got their thing in their mind that they could like, yep, I could play with that. Yeah, great. If you want to type it in the comments, please do. If you don't, that's totally fine as well. It's up to you. Now, what we're going to do here is breakthrough day that includes a photo. Oh, love it. You could totally do it in a way where it's like, who's the next version of you and shooting what they're manifesting. Like that could be so fun, right? So fun. All of my photo shoots are a manifestation of what I'm calling in. I really play with that, right? There's so much magic that could happen here in these things, right? So the next thing that I want you to think about is, who are the people? VIP day sounds like magic, but it's not a current offer. So playing with that. So the beautiful thing about a VIP day, I just want to add this in here because I know I threw that in for a lot of you. You don't need anything with it. You don't need landing page. You don't need any of that stuff, because what I'm about to tell you is going to close the gap in all of this. Okay. This is where the magic happens, because a lot of people are like, oh my God, I've got to have a landing page. I've got to have a system. I've got to have all the things. And we don't. Okay. We really don't. So I love this. And I really hope that by the end of this, you're like, fucking VIP days all round, baby. Let's go. Okay. So I want you to think about the people who already know, like, and trust you. They're already intrigued in your work. They may not be a current client yet, but they might be a super warm lead, right? Now, I want you to think about, why don't they buy straight away? I'm going to tell you why. Okay? Because it's not something for them specifically. Now, I want you to think about the way that I got you guys into this masterclass. What happened there? How did most of you join this masterclass? You're about 25 minutes late. Don't worry, there's going to be a replay for you, darling. It's all good. We got you. We got you. Just stay with us. We got you. Invite, email, yeah, right? So there was some level of exclusivity, right? Based on your share, yeah. Inbox invite, your emails, and specifically the described result, yes, right? So to be on my email list means an exclusive invite to the things that I'm going to be sharing. But for those of you who weren't on my email list, I personally invited you. Why do you think I personally invited you? Think about that for a moment. Why do you think I personally invited you? You see our magic, yeah? Why else? There's another reason. Intimate connection, yes. That. You know we see already. Interaction, yeah, right? The reason why, because something I'm playing in was exactly what this call was about, connection, yeah. Yeah, yours was a little different. We're in a mastermind together. I was like, I need you to come into here. It's going to help you so much, right? And yes, it was the exact piece of intimacy. Okay, I have a client session, so excited. No worries, Dom. Enjoy. We'll see you on the replay. What I really want to highlight here is I have built my entire multiple six-figure business with the core value of intimacy at the forefront. That's the piece. The reason why is because everybody wants to be seen. They want to feel held. They want to be loved on. Is this true? That's what I want to build. Yeah. I'm so glad you're here, right? So when you think about the invitation here, this is what you're going to create. With the exact piece in mind of what you want to sell, you are going to literally connect with them with the intention of that. And it has to be someone who you genuinely want to work with in this space. That's the magic piece here. If you're like, oh yeah, I'll just reach out to them and I'll just reach out to them and I'll just reach out to them, it doesn't have the same bite. Anyone ever felt that when you're just getting like how do you put it? It might be like a super high level offer, but people don't give a fuck and they're just sending it out to anyone. Anyone felt that before? Yeah. Yeah. There has to be a level of care and conviction in the person that's behind the scenes. Even when I have my team messaging me, we're like messaging people, we're super onto it. It's not allowed to be anything other than super deep connection. And for most of you, it was me and Crystal messaging you. Okay. Most of you on the screen, though, it was me personally, because I want to work with you. Right. And so I'm really big on this particular piece, because when we deeply connect intimately, that's when we create that feeling of I am safe with someone. Have you ever felt that when you're like, yeah, they've got me. 100% they've got me. That's when you know that you are in the hands of someone who is really, really here. Yeah, so it went out to my email list, yes. And there were some people who weren't on my email list that I personally invited. So Crystal went through her personal accounts and invited people who she wanted to bring into this space. And I also went through my personal accounts and invited people who I wanted to bring in, right? So we're really big on making sure there's an authenticity piece here. Because when there's authenticity there, you feel the connection. You feel the people that are like, yeah, they're actually here for me, right? So, yes. And you know that I want to work with you. I've been wanting to work with you for a while. I'm just going to put that one out there. No worries, Rebecca. That's totally fine. I'm just going to mute you if there's background noises. Okay, so these people, the people that you desire to work with, the people that you would actually be like, I would love to have them in my world because I know the magic that I can create with them. Do you know who they are? Just raise your hand if you've already got a feeling of the people who you could impact and you know that they're in your world, right? So they might be people you've never worked with before, but you look at them and you're just like, yeah, I know that that's my person that I want to work with. I want to impact them because I can see how my magic can impact them. These are the people that you're going to reach out to. And it's going to be either via voice note or a personalized message and literally be like, hey, I've got something really, really juicy for you. I'm doing this one-time thing and I'm only going to have a certain amount of spaces available and I want to invite you into this. Now, we're leveraging urgency and scarcity in this. However, beautiful. However, I want you to acknowledge something here. Fake scarcity doesn't work. Who here has ever felt that? Fake scarcity, urgency, and it feels pushy and it doesn't feel clean. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we're literally landing powerfully in the person that we want to work with. And we're actually going, okay, I'm only going to offer this right now to 3 people, right? So this week it might be 3 people. Next week it might be 4 people. The week after it might be 5 people. But in this moment, I'm just going to offer it to 3 people. And as soon as those spots are snapped up, boom, they're gone. Okay. So if you're a person who wants to build your business on VIP days, you could do 2 VIP days a week and be rolling for the rest of your life if that's what you choose to build your business on. If you're someone who wants to do like powerful, like long-term coaching containers, these are great ways to get people talking and having conversations with you around it. Okay. So the thing that is really required here is we don't want any needy energy. Okay, who here has ever felt the sale feeling like, oh, it's needy, right? Feels icky. Yeah. So we want like exclusivity, intrigue, like really positioning this as like an exclusive offer that isn't going to be around forever. All right, because here's what's going to happen. When you offer them this offering, they will then go out, and if they say no, when they're ready for it, guess what they're going to do? They're going to come back and see what you have available because you took the time out to connect with them personally. Does this relate to anyone right now? Yeah. So this is super, super sharp. Like, and what I always do, and I say this with my clients, give yourself 48 hours to go hard in on this and connect with the people that you want to work with and let them know that you're only going to be opening this up for a few spots, but you wanted them to be one of those people. And when you let them know that they want to be one of those people, what you instantly do is you move them out of scarcity buying and into a creative-led buying. Who here has ever seen the people who love free shit and are really, really big on like, I want that, I want that, I want that, but they never actually buy from you, right? These people, they're really good, but they usually take about anywhere between 12 and 18 months to buy from you. Real talk. But when you leverage this, the creative-led buyers, they're the intuitive people. They're the pull. They can feel when something's real and when you are genuine in your approach. And this is the difference between just a normal DM strategy and also talking to people who already know, like, and trust you and are warmer leads. Okay? So I just want to read these comments. Oh, totally. That could be really great. you know, VIP days for menopause clients. And you can do group VIP days. It doesn't have to be individual. Like I do VIP stuff with my clients where it's a group of us that all come together and we have photo shoots and we go like really fun stuff in Embodied Business. We do it every 6 months. We come together, we do embodiment practices, we do strategy work, and we do photo shoots to make sure that we all up level together. It's really powerful. You don't have to separate it. Okay. It's really, really fun. So giving yourself room for that, and you can be like, I'm offering one VIP day and it's going to have position for 3 women. I want you to be one of those women. All right. I want you to be one of those people. There's so much magic in this. So I want you to drop it in the chat now. What is one thing or one offering that you could offer in this way and sell it over the next 48 hours? What's one thing? 3-month one coin containers. Yeah, love it. Awesome. Anyone else? What's one thing? VIP days. Love it. 30-day reignite intensive. Love it. Amazing. Notice how they're already sitting there. For those of you who are doing the VIP day, the beautiful thing about this is you can work personally with whatever magic that you have and meet the client where they're at. It's really fun. VIP strategy day. Yeah, love it. Amazing. Mind you, I just want to share this. Like I see a lot of people who are like selling these strategies for like really high tickets, but it's so simple. It's literally just you connecting with someone and offering your services. So who here is feeling this? Who here is like, this actually feels really, really, really powerful for a moment where I could just shift the game? Who here feels a little bit stuck and would like some help with what they could offer? All right, Crystal, bring it in.
Okay. So have a one-to-one coaching program, 12 weeks.
Yeah.
But I haven't done anything with it. I just keep changing my niche all the time.
Okay, so think about someone who you really, it doesn't have to be necessarily niche focused, but who's someone, you don't have to say their name, but who's someone that you're like, oh, I could really work with them right now. And I know I could offer so much magic and help them get clarity in their life and where they're going. What would that look like for them?
Yeah, I can think of one person.
Okay, great. That 3-month coaching package, can you tailor that to them?
Yeah, I think so.
Amazing. So here's what you get to play with. It's like, hey, I've been thinking about you and I really wanted to extend this and offer this to you. Right now, I have a position available for a one-to-one offering for someone to come in and work with me for 3 months. I'd love to see if you're available for a chat on how I can support you with this. When you say that though, actually like speak into something specific around what you know that they're struggling with. That adds like a certain level of credibility that adds so much more flavor to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for example, let's just say, well, give me like off the top, what would be their biggest problem?
So she's really unhappy in her job. She feels burnt out.
Okay.
She's fed up basically. So
So you know this work, right?
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you're like, you can literally send her a message and be like, hey, I've been thinking about how you were saying you're really fed up with your work and you're really burnt out. I have a new offering that I want to offer to a specific like person, and you're the first person that's come to mind. I'd love to support you in really reclaiming your power and no longer suffering from burnout. And I've opened up a 3-month container for 2 people, and I'd love for you to be one of them. Is this something that you're open to having a conversation with? It's just voice memo is going to be much more powerful in that way, because you know when you get a voicemail to someone from someone, they're actually speaking to you.
Yeah.
You know? So I would really play with that. How does that feel when I say that?
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the bit where I really want to invite you into thinking about like, who is the woman that can hold her as a client? Because that's the big that you get to step into. A lot of people, when they're building their coaching business and then when they're creating something new, it's so easy to be like, oh, let me fall back. And hold on, we've got people in the waiting room. It's so easy to be like, I'm just going to sit back and wait until a client comes to me. But when you put your hand out first and be like, hey, I'm actively looking to create a client list for myself, the universe goes, all right, let me show you all the other ones that have been hiding as well. It's an energetic game that happens here. Is this
Yeah.
landing when I say this?
Mhm. Yeah, you have to step into the energy that you want to be in.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah, I have to see it as like I'm the one with the experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that's supposed to lead in the situation.
Yeah, yeah. And so when you come from that and hold conviction, they feel that. And so
Mm,
making sure that we've got conviction in the offering when we're bringing it forward. Yeah, awesome.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Never heard it sound so simple until I heard it coming from you. Awesome. I'm glad it's simple. Hey B, welcome. I could do next round of my 3 to 4 month one-to-one, but I'm not sure I have a batch of people I'm due to offer that to. Okay, so when it comes to also creating the person, I want you to really think about like, you may not know them energetically straight away, but what is the energy that they hold? Who do they play as? How do they live and breathe in the world? Because that's also going to start to magnetize those people into your awareness so you can start to play with this strategy. Does this make sense when I say this? One thing that I tell all my clients to do is to meditate on the energy. Meditate who you want to work with. Meditate on what you want to create with. Because then you start to play in that frequency in that field and it becomes a magnet as opposed to I've got to go out and search and look and gain and like constantly be in this grabby energy. We want the energetic piece to work for us the most. Okay, so anyone else have anything that they're like a little bit stuck on, what their offering could be, or how to bridge the gap with this? Yes, I'm me. Bring it in, babe.
Um, okay, let me find my question. I okay, because this VIP day thing felt really cool.
Yeah.
And now I've got like all these questions running through my mind of like, what does that even look like? And how would you sell that? And how do you explain to someone what like all the things are like starting to play in my mind.
Yeah. And so knowing a little bit about your work and what you create and what you do in the world, I would literally like this is where I'm saying you don't need a big fancy funnel, you just need a conversation with most people. Okay? Because when you can have the conversation, it's so much easier to connect in and to have them say yes. So I would literally call on the people that you know like your work, and they might be the people who are following you, liking your stuff on Instagram. You may not have had a conversation with them yet. So first, like starting a conversation, but I would literally send them a message and just be like, hey babe, I know that you know I've been so deep in feminine embodiment work for the last 2 years, and I'm super excited. I'm going to be bringing forward a couple of VIP days, and you are first on my list. I want you to know that I want to work with you in this space, and I'd love to know if you're open for that conversation.
Mhm.
Notice how there's like conviction and energy that's behind that. What do you feel when I say that?
Um, curious.
Curious. Yeah.
Curious, yeah. Yeah, curious. I have a women's circle and I actually have one tonight.
Awesome.
So I have 4 women in my space. So I feel like that's an offer I could offer to the women in my space because they've already been working with me, but it's in a group setting versus,
Totally.
a one-on-one.
Yeah, 100%. And I think like when someone's already been in your space in some point of like, especially with like embodiment work or somatic work or anything like that, if you're doing in-person stuff, it's even easier to invite and just be like, hey, like, and you can have the conversation with them in person, which makes it even like funner and juicier because it feels even more personal again. Just being like, hey, I'm putting together some VIP days and I'd love to offer you one. Let me know if you're available for a conversation. It's as simple as that. Notice how there's like no needy energy. It's just exclusivity from the get-go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like when we come from this space, we're really playing in that feminine expression, right? I'm losing my words today. Feminine expression. Okay. Think about a woman who knows what her desire is and she's going after it. What's the energy that she comes from in that? Type it in the comment from me. What was the question be? A woman who knows her desire, knows what she's going for, and she's going after it. What's the energy that she's coming from? Turn on, sure of self. Yes. Yeah. I can hear my son yelling in the background, everyone. So hopefully he doesn't come running in here. Yeah, she's in her power, knowing her worth. Yes. And what she can offer, embodied, sexy mama, 100%. This is the game that she's playing because she's ready and willing to hold herself and the people in her world. Feminine is so powerful, right? We talk about masculine containment, but when it comes to a woman who actually has her own inner masculine and she can hold containment in what she's creating, things move so fucking fast. So fast because she's got it. And so when we allow that confidence to lead, sales open up, things come in easily. And it may not be this way, but it might be like 2 other doors open up because you decided to lead and make the jump. So energetically, this actual strategy opens up really big doors. Is this landing when I say this? Because you're willing to go after the thing that you say you want. What if you don't have a lot of people swimming in your space? So if you don't have a lot of people swimming in your space, I would actually just challenge you to think about like who already knows, likes, and trusts you in your world and being like, how can I literally just like connect with them in a way where I let them feel like they're coming in closer to my world? Because it might be someone who they don't know a whole lot about your work, but you desire to work with them. I'm sure all of you have that person in your world where you're like, I know that they don't know what I do and I know that they don't know my magic yet, but I really want them to experience what I have to give because I feel like I can make a huge impact on their world, right? Let those people, the ones who feel a little bit scary to connect to, be the ones that you connect with. This is how you start to change the game and back yourself energetically in what you're creating. Okay? So, how is everyone feeling with this? Feeling a little bit like, oh, this could be stretchy and this could open me up to something completely new? I want to bring in something that a lot of the industry talks about, and I personally believe they're full of shit. Okay? Everyone's always like, I don't do DMs and I don't do this, cold pitches and fucking blah, blah, blah. And this is not a cold pitch. Okay? This is someone who's been in your world a little bit. You've had a conversation with them. You're connected with them on some level. So let's just take that bit out of your mind. Secondly, everyone wants to feel seen. So when you actually see them, it's not like a cold pitch. It's not like a sticky, putting your dick in the wrong hole kind of environment. Okay, it's not happening. We feel good when we feel seen, like in that space. Okay, so I just want to read these comments. Where I bump up against a limit is, can you sell an offer without fully having the structure? Like I feel inspired to offer it tonight to open the conversation. I feel. Yes, you can, 100%. And think about it like this, something where it's a VIP day, it is going to be personalized. Okay, so you can't actually have the structure for someone when that's a personalized piece until you've had them say yes and they've shared with you what they want to work on as well, right? So it's really important to understand that piece. And in the famous words of one of my mentors, Grant Cardone, he was like, if you sell it, you are going to fucking build it. Okay? If you sell it, you are going to build it. So sell the thing and allow yourself to actually get in that plane and fucking learn to fly it as it's going. As Bee's just put in the comments, build the plane and fly it, right? Like there is nothing more potent than when you have someone who said yes, and that invokes the part of you that has to show up. It's so exciting. The only program I ever built before I actually sold it was Embodied Business. Okay, real talk. Every other program, I built it as they were in it because I was working with the energy of the groups. Week to week, I was like, what do these people need? How are they at? I knew where I wanted to take them, but I also had to teach to their understanding. Embodied Business was very different because it's a like this, do that, and then I'm going to coach you personally on how to apply it for you. So it's very different world, right? So it's, you get to play with this. And said, I'm feeling spooked about having conversations with people because I've had a bunch of people mishear my rates and say no lately. So one thing I really want to speak into with this as well is the mishearing of rates. That tells me that energetically you may not feel solid in them. Yeah. And so it's really getting grounded. Like, think about this, okay? Tell me what you hear when I say this, and tell me, type it in the comments. Type in the comments what you feel when I say this. It's $10,000 to work with me. Type it in the comments. What do you feel? Fear. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. Right? Rushed. Yeah. Pressure. Yeah. Let's go. So tell me, if someone had clear energy and you were getting all these vibes from them, would you sign up to them? No. So tell me what you hear when I say this. To work with me, it's $10,000. What feels different in that? Expansive, solid. Yeah. It's more of an invitation. Yeah. Because I'm grounded in myself. My energy dropped into my lower belly when you said it. Yeah, 100%. Because where I'm coming from is also where your client's going to come from. Okay, so where you sit, they're energetically going to match you in that frequency. And so if you can't ground, you're not getting the sale. A, because you talk too much, and B, because that person doesn't actually fully, isn't able to land with you, not able to be available. So how's everyone feeling with what I've shared today? Is it spicing something up for them? Feeling the connection to it? Yeah. As I said, I used this strategy when I had 1,200 followers on Instagram. And I built a multiple six-figure business from it with 1,200 followers. So all of these people who are like, I need an audience and I need this and I need that. No, you just need sincerity and something where you desire to lead people to. And when you desire to lead people to, make sure it's the people that you actually want to work with. Because if you build a business with people that you don't like working with, it's going to fuck the energy of your business. It's not going to last because it feels icky. No one wants to go to work when you build a business based on your dreams, feeling like, oh, I don't want to work with this person, right? When you feel good in who you serve and what you create, they feel that. They love it. It feels so juicy. Okay, so if you are sitting here thinking, okay, this is all well and great, Case, but how the fuck do I have a long-term strategy with this? Right? Who's feeling that? Like, they're like, this is great for a cash injection, but what do I actually do long-term? Okay, I want you to know something. This is just the very, very, very start. I'm going to be connecting with you if you want to work with me long-term to see what it's like to support you further in your business and carry this through. Because what I know is these spaces, like this strategy is great for a cash injection, but it can also build a powerful long-term business if you know how to hold it and support yourself through it. Okay, your clients are here. They're already waiting for you. The only reason why you have a feeling in your gut of I have to do this is because there's someone on the other end. There is no desire without a need. So the person who needs you is waiting for you to action the desire. Okay, I want you to let that land. There is no desire without a need attached to the other end of it. And that need is not yours. It's the person who needs you to work with you to actually be that person and that guide on the forefront. Okay, so I really want you to land in this. Okay, from here, if you desire to work with me moving forward, this is where you would move into embodied business. This is my 6-month mastermind where I coach you and support you personally to build strategies and systems that support you in your business long term. So if that feels good for you, I'm going to reach out to you and we can talk about it personally. I'm not going to give you a big sales pitch today because I know that that's not what we're here for. But I want you to know that that opportunity is there. And if you're wanting to create big cash months, put yourself in the places where women are doing it. Okay? Let yourself learn from those who are doing it. So, in saying that, I would love for you to drop in the chats the biggest takeaway that you have for yourself today. What's here for you in your business? Stop being scared. Yeah. Watch the replay and find all the nuggets you shared. Yes, I'll be sending it out after this. Okay, you guys will get the replay. It's all good. If you sell it, you'll build it. Fuck yeah, love it. A sense of fun and pleasure in following, trusting the desire. 100%. Step more into I am energy. Yes. Trusting what I have to offer and taking the leap to fully step into it. Oh, love it. So fucking good. Yes. Tone and sincerity. Yeah. Honestly, like as I said in the beginning, I built my entire business off intimacy. That's why I still choose to do masterclasses, because it's such a big piece for me to see your faces and to connect and actually be like, that's the person behind the screen. So if you're that way inclined, I'm sure that's why you are here as well. And so this method and this way of being in business is really powerful. And I just want to speak into something really that's loud for me right now is we see so many people being like, I just want my business to be super automated. And I spoke about this in the beginning. I want you to remember, you can't automate service. You can automate pieces, but you can't automate human. You can't automate the part of you that's here for a bigger mission, because that part is what source, God, energy, universe, whatever it may be, put through you. And so if you're feeling the pull, allow yourself to land in how do I get to really be of service to the people that I desire to work with most. Okay. On that note, I love you guys. It's been fun. Please feel free to DM me. B, do you have a question? Yeah.
May I speak it?
Yeah, go for it.
So I heard something today around that one of our mutual friends shared, that like if your masculine is not wanting to do it, then your feminine is not lit up and it's not what you're really wanting to do. Like you have to like rethink things.
Yeah.
One, do you think that? And two, I don't want to be really creating content.
Yeah.
But I know that I get to do that, and it is a place that I need to do so my audience can really feel and taste me.
Yeah.
So does that mean that I maybe should not be a coach?
No. There's two parts to this, okay? One, a lot of the times when you have to do something and you don't want to do it, usually it's some level of a diminisher getting in the way of you actually achieving the thing that you desire to achieve. Now, a diminisher, for those of you who don't know what a diminisher is, it's something that diminishes your light. It's very easy to be like, okay, I don't feel like doing that right now. It's also a shadow side of the intuitive CEO, right? So the intuitive CEO, we all have it. She's an archetype within us. And when she is like not lit up, not in her essence, not in her flavor of like, yes, juicy energy, what does she normally do? Think about what your feminine does when she's not lit up.
Look how much my face is.
I know mine wants to just sit in front of Netflix and do nothing, right? Like when I'm in my shadow.
Yeah,
right?
she wants to just be like melt.
100%. And that's often because there's not enough fire or enough aliveness, life force within us first to make the move. And so embodiment is really important here. If we're moving from business in scarcity, we're going to create more scarcity. Okay. So what I would actually say is like, if your masculine's like, no, I can't do this, I don't want to do this, I would look at like, have I honored myself as a woman enough yet? Like, have I
Yeah.
given to her first and allowed her to feel full? Because it's like we say, I want a business and I want a coach, and that's where my heart is, but I don't want to choose the thing that makes that successful. That's
Yeah.
like saying, I want to have a relationship, but I only want him for sex. I don't want to have to deal with the actual person, right? Doesn't work.
Yeah. I think too, it's like also like finding those times of the power hour when you are in your creative flow,
Yeah.
you know, or when your feminine is online, or, you know, not coming from a place of force, right?
Totally. 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
And just to add into that too, there's certain times, and it's dependent on where you were born and all those sorts of things. Your cortisol is going to hit a higher point at certain times of the day. And so if you can plan your business around knowing when that's going to be for you, you can actually start to fuel and feel a lot better when you're in your space, as opposed to just being like, I have to do it now because it's today and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning and that's when I should work, right? But you might be like, I'm super creative at 7 o'clock at night. Like, whilst I'm in America, I'm from Australia, but in America, 8 o'clock at night, my genius is on. Like, because that's when I would start coming on at home because of my circadian rhythm. So I listen to it and I play with it at that time of night. So when we work with our cyclical nature, it actually supports us more in business as well.
Where can we find more about that?
That's actually based upon Paul Chek's work. Okay, so there's a book called Eat, Move, and Be Healthy, or Eat, Move, Breathe and Be Healthy. It's from Paul Chek. It's something like that. It's not Eat, Pray, Love. It's like
He's the bald guy, right?
Yeah, he's the bald guy. He's one of
That likes, yeah, okay.
he's incredible. He's got a
Like he
podcast.
looks like he's old, but really looks
Well,
very
he is old. He's 68 years old, but he looks
right.
like way older. But he's incredible when it comes to embodiment work and like bringing it all into and through like energy.
I did not realize he did that kind of stuff, because I always know him to be more like holistic and fitness.
No, so when I was a personal trainer, a lot of my teachings were from his work.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Physical therapist, yeah. So, and Urbain's a fully qualified Paul Chek practitioner as well. So a lot of his principles are very loud in our house. So yeah, does that answer your question, B? Beautiful.
Thanks,
You're welcome. Did that add something for everyone else as well? Did you guys get something out of that as well? Awesome. All right, my loves. On that note, you are going to receive this replay in your inbox. So if there's any pieces you want to re-listen to, please do. If there's anything that you need from myself, please let me know. Either myself or Crystal will be reaching out to you guys in the next like 24 hours. So you'll get to have a chat and see what's alive for you. But I'm super, super excited to see if and when you guys come to work with me. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Thank you. Much love.
So welcome.